Good evening, Raider Nation. It's the 2025 NFL Draft, and we're here to spend it with you, get our predictions, our insights. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are the Raiders going to get this one right? Let's talk about it. Good evening, Raider Nation. Spicy Raider Girl here with Omar, Arthur, and Scotty Waddy Raider One. We are here to discuss all things NFL draft. It could be the most unpredictable draft that we've seen in years, and this is the first time that I can remember, maybe ever, that there has not been a trade. Every team stands as it was drawn. The Raiders sit at 6. We know who we all want. We're going to talk about it. We want you to talk about it in the chat as well. If you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, and become a member. How you guys doing tonight? How you feeling? You excited? You nervous?
Definitely.
Skeptical? Optimistic? All the above?
Definitely.
What's good, fellas?
I mean,
absolutely optimistic. I think we're in the right spot to get a very good player, whichever position we go to. I like it.
I'm really excited. Like I said, I wanted Spytek as our GM from the start. I like what he's done so far, and I think that he's just going to keep building it with this draft.
Yeah, it's hard to put a grade on him right now, right? This is the first time he's kind of been in this role. We're going to see what he's going to do. Is it going to be shocking again, or is it going to be predictable? What do you guys think about the GM and where he's? What does the war room look like? Is Brady in there? Is Mark Davis in there? Who's up in there?
Brady should be in there. You know what I mean? He's been a part of bringing in Pete Carroll, bringing in Spytek, who's, that's one of his homies. So I think even if he isn't, at this point, decisions are pretty much made. Their draft board is completed, but to be in there for the action and to be there, I definitely think he should be in that war room. I'm just hoping we strike lightning in the first round like we did. I think JEANTY is 2025's Brock Bowers 2024. So I'm hoping we see his name called at 6 for the Raiders.
I'd love to see that war room and see if everybody's in there. Pete Carroll said it's a decision between all of us. That's what he stood on from the start. So I'd love to see them all in there, putting it all together.
Yep. It's definitely going to be
is what Vegas has here as odds. What do you guys make of this? This is an interesting stat to me because it seems like when for people that gamble, I don't know who's gamblers out there, but Vegas seems to get it right with the odds. What do you guys make of their picks, I should say?
I think my big surprise is Jalen Walker. He's like the third most the third pick possible that they think. I would not think that he would have been up that high. So I'm just surprised to see that. I think a lot has been talking about Armin as a possible pick for us to address the offensive line. And then everybody's been talking about JEANTY. So those two for me, I think I would have just flipped it around and had JEANTY over Armin, but that's probably just me.
Do you think this is telling? I mean, I don't know if you're gamblers or not, but are you the type that kind of believes like I do that Vegas kind of always gets it right? It's amazing to me how they can do that. So do you think this is telling at all?
If I can throw in a tidbit in there, Pete Carroll's first pick with the Seattle Seahawks was Russell Okung, right tackle.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go.
But honestly, to answer the question, Spicy, I believe in Vegas. I think that, they're not in the business to give away money. So, you know what I mean? So, obviously, if this is what they're saying it's going to look like, they typically get it right because, like I said, that's their business is to make sure that they're not giving away money. So, I like it.
Yeah. Interesting. And if it falls this way, what would your guys' how would you feel about it if it falls this way and Vegas odds are right?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. You know what I think about though? When I see this list, I think about all those Raider fans that wanted us to lose because they wanted Shedeur Sanders, and I'm like, man, if they pick either one of these guys, there are going to be a lot of people, especially because I think Shedeur will still be there at 6.
In the second round? Oh, sorry.
And we didn't need to lose anything to get him. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe the Giants take Shedeur at 3. I don't know. But almost every mock draft that I have has him going down to the Steelers, down at 21 or something like that. So I guess I just, I love all my Raider Nation. So I know there's going to be some people upset if Armin or Ashton is picked.
Really, yeah. Ashton? You think people will be upset if Ashton's picked?
Oh yeah, I don't think. I still think those folks who wanted us to lose so that we could get Shedeur, they still want us to get. Okay. I don't think their minds were changed about wanting him as our quarterback draft pick. So.
Fair enough. All right, guys, do me a favor. Let's go top 6. How do you see this playing out? Omar, let's start with you. How do you see this playing out? Top 6.
Top 6. I still think Cam Newton. I think Cam is still going to be at 1. I do think that edge rusher. Come on, guys, help me out here. What's his name? I still see him at 2, but to me, that could be a surprise spot for a quarterback, because the Browns, you know what I mean, they could definitely use a quarterback. Deshaun hasn't done that well, but I think they'll go edge. And then another one where it's a possible, could it be a quarterback or could it be an offensive tackle, is in the Giants. So I think 2 and 3 could be some question marks. I think the Jaguars, to me, is a question mark on would they take JEANTY. I'm thinking I'm jumping because I think the Patriots are going to take an offensive tackle. They're going to take either Armin or they're going to take Will Campbell, I believe. So I skipped them. But my big question mark I'm watching is Jacksonville. Are they going to take my guy JEANTY or not? Be something that I could see is going to be a big question mark for us. But I'm hoping they don't. And then I hope JEANTY is there at 6. So,
well, I got it. I got Cam Ward going to Tennessee, of course. I think everybody's got that. Travis Hunter going to the Browns.
Agreed.
I can't see Travis Hunter falling all the way to us. I just don't see it. But
wish.
The edge you were talking about there, Omar, was Abdul Carter. He's going to be taken at the top.
Yeah, but see, that's what Jacksonville might get. I think if Travis falls, he's not going to make it past Jacksonville. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I had the Patriots taking Mason Graham, and then Jacksonville taking Will Campbell, and then I'll take Armand Membo, which I'm kind of leaning a touch over JEANTY, but I will not be mad if we get JEANTY or Membo at that number 6 pick.
So I have it almost the same way. I have Cam Ward going number 1, of course. Travis Hunter goes 2 to the Browns. Abdul Carter goes 3 to the Giants. I think the Giants pass on a quarterback. I have Will Campbell going to the Patriots. I think they're going to draft offensive line. And then, I agree with Omar. Jacksonville is the wild card. They could take Mason Graham. They could take JEANTY. I could see them taking JEANTY. And I agree with Scotty. I am a big, big supporter, a big fan. I want Armin Membo really bad. I think the running back class this draft is super deep, and I think we can get another running back in the second round and still be just as fine. I think we need to build the offensive line, build the trenches, give Geno some time to pass, and I think we'll be good. Yeah,
I think either one of those are good at 6.
No, I think Denver needs a running back. I think there could be a run on some running backs. I think we could see 4 running backs go in the first round, believe it or not.
Well,
and isn't that interesting how the NFL downplayed what the running back means to, and then you see Saquon Barkley do his thing in the Super Bowl and just show out. And then all of a sudden, the running back position is a hot commodity again. And now Omar's just talking about 4 going in the first round, which is a little crazy. Let me tell you guys how I see this playing out a little bit. I think 2 things are certain in this draft. Number 1 is Cam Ward is going to the Titans. Number 2, of course, the Bears are getting booed by that Green Bay crowd as soon as they get announced, and probably the duration through it. Hey, Goodell should be happy, right? He's not the only one going to be getting booed this year. So I got to have same with you guys here too. Travis Hunter going to the Browns. Now I think here in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot is really where it's going to make or break what the Raiders end up doing, because I think Abdul Carter can go to the Giants, or do the Giants take Shedeur Sanders, or does Shedeur drop all the way out? He's not even there. I heard he was in Texas, so he might not even have confidence he's going in the first round. And then the Patriots, if, Will Campbell, you guys said Will Campbell, I think they can also take JEANTY. I think either the Pats or the Jags could take JEANTY, even with the Jags having ETN over there, or if not, Mason Graham to the Jags. And then that will really, really mix things up for the Raiders, right? Do they go running back? Do they go O-line? Or Omar, like you talked about? Do they go with Shedeur? And I think the Raiders, again, they have their draft board, they have their strategy, but I think it's really going to depend on what we see happen at 2, 3, and 4, probably more, or excuse me, 3, 4, and 5, probably more in the 4 or 5 spot. So I think it's really unpredictable, and I'm prepared to be surprised.
Definitely. I mean, what pick will absolutely piss you guys off? What's the pick that'll just piss you off?
I don't know if there's a certain player per se that would piss me off. I mean, unless they went something really wild, but
yeah,
I think there doesn't matter what the top 5 do. We still have so many options.
You didn't see that yesterday?
To get something good.
It's going to be, I mean, because we got to need a wide receiver. We got to need a corner. We got to need a safety. You know what I mean? Hell, we don't really have I love building the trenches, and we definitely got to need an offensive tackle, guard, or something like that. Even if we took the defensive tackle, which I like, just like Arthur was saying, building the trenches. But if Mason Graham, if they called his name, I would.
For me, I mean, if we get JEANTY, Membu, or Mason Graham, I mean, I think that's a great pick.
What about the receiver, Tetsatoria? What is that? How you pronounce his name?
I don't know. I mean, if we traded back, I'd be okay with taking him. I like him a lot, but I don't want him at 6.
Right. I totally agree with that.
I think for me, and honestly, I was a big fan of it early on, but once we got Geno, for me, if we take Shedeur at 6, I'm going to be pretty upset.
You'll be pretty upset at Shedeur at 6.
I think he's going to fall. I think if we want him, we can either trade back into the first round or maybe even get him in the second round. Or if we're looking at a quarterback, I mean, I'm a pretty big Jalen Milrose guy, because whatever quarterback we take is going to sit. So let Milrose sit for a year or 2 behind Geno and develop. And Shedeur is going to sit. So, I mean, I think taking him at 6 it's too early.
Yeah, so I think it's a mistake as well. Like, so the Raiders sealed the deal, right? I was shocked when I saw it come through that the Raiders signed Geno Smith to a 2-year contract on top of the 1-year contract. To me, that solidified Pete Carroll wanting him as QB1 for at least the next 3 years, and I think they're going to see that through. I think it would be a waste to pick somebody in that 3rd spot. By the way, there's going to be better quarterbacks coming along. I mean, I don't know if anyone's talking about Arch Manning next year. A lot of things can change. A lot of quarterbacks can be traded all the time. So I think if they decided to roll the dice with Geno, or not roll the dice, I think Pete Carroll's very confident in him. If they decided that that's going to be QB1, I agree with you, Arthur. I don't see the point in taking a Shedeur at 6. I say wait to see what else can come along in the next couple seasons.
So honestly, to kind of tie in that, I don't think Arch is coming out next year. I think he's gonna. I mean, he likes being in college. There's no reason for him to come out. I don't think he comes out till 2027, anyways.
Okay, well, we'll wait till then.
Go back to Omar's point about the running backs being taken in this first round. That may be a good thing for us.
Yes.
Let's say we get Membau or JEANTY,
right?
And if all the running backs come out, man, that leaves a lot of room for other positions to fill. And we're 30, 36, 37. I can't remember.
think 37.
Yeah. So we're pick 5 in the second round. That's great. I hope that does happen. I mean, hey, that would be good for us.
Speaking of Omar and Arthur, do you want to go over what you think the Raiders are going to do overall throughout this draft? Not only in the first round, but into the other rounds. The Raiders have 9 draft picks this season. You know, the War Room is salivating over that. That's a good chunk, including a draft pick that came over from the Devontae Adams trade.
Yeah,
definitely. Let's go. We'll go with Arthur's mock draft first, and go for it, Arthur.
So, like I said, I like building in the trenches. I like Armin Membu at 6. I think we need to give Geno some time to pass. That being said, we get a Travion Henderson who knows Chip Kelly's offense. He played at Ohio State. Chip Kelly's very familiar with him. Great running back. Like I said, it's not a JEANTY, but it's still a good running back, a very serviceable guy that can win some games for us. Darian Porter, I love him a lot. He's very athletic, can run, can do a lot of good things. I had Quinn Ewers in the 4th round. Like I said, I'm not big on Ewers, but I know that we're going to take a wide receiver or a quarterback somewhere, and so that's why I picked up Ewers. I mean, I'm a bigger Jalen Melrose guy. And then TJ Sanders, when I was doing my mock, fell to me. That was just the value was there for him at defensive tackle. Once again, building in the trenches. He's a run stopper. He's a big body. He can get to the quarterback. And then I had Isaiah Bond, just another burner with the way they're changing the kick return rules again. Having a guy who's just a burner who can go out there. He'll compete with TJ out there. So someone who can return the ball, but also just, open up the field for us. We need a linebacker. Like I said, I like Dumas Johnson. I wanted one a little bit earlier, but some of the linebackers I like kind of came off the board when I was doing my mock a little too early. But I think we need a sideline to sideline running back or linebacker, and he can be that guy. And then with Tate, same thing, just some more depth at offensive line. Like I said, I've talked about it. I'm a big trenches guy. And then Dan Jackson fell to me. This guy, if you don't know anything about him, go look at it. I mean, he was one of those Georgia players. He's super athletic. He can play in the box. He can fly around the field. He's got good hands at safety, so he can make some catches. He's almost like a Travion 2.0 type of guy that can really do it all at safety. So that was my mock.
Nice.
Well, really nice.
We can go into my mock, but I'm not going to be able to go as in depth as Arthur did.
I love college football, guys. I watch a lot of college football.
My mock was like, ooh, he looks kind of, I read him over and shit. Like, oh, he looks kind of good. Yep, there we go. But it does have a thing which is very similar to Arthur is you're going to see some building in the trenches. But I had to go with my guy, ASHTON JEANTY. I think he's going to be this year's Brock Bowers. I think he's a beast. Just in yards after contact, he's got more than the next guy's complete season yards. I mean, the dude is hard to tackle. He can catch. He can block. I was watching some of his film where he's sitting there and blocked. I mean, he's a little guy, and I remember playing football. Low man wins. Guess what? Makes it easy for him.
Good, Chris.
So, and then next, I went offensive tackle. Conley's a beast. And then I went right receiver. Jaden, he's a tall, lengthy receiver for Iowa State. And a lot of people don't like Will Howard, but Will Howard won a championship, and he also threw 30-something touchdowns with not a lot of interceptions. And if you guys remember, that's one of my favorite stats. If you could throw a lot of touchdowns and not have a lot of interceptions, and we know he can play in the big game, he knows Chip Kelly's system, I could see us picking up Will Howard later on, pending on what we have here at 37 and 68, because in my mind, I was thinking about this and I'm like, well, we know this 3rd round pick could definitely be like from there on down could be safeties and corners, because that's where Pete Carroll historically built the Legion of Boom with those picks. So we can see that, but I just kind of went with the best player available coming down the draft, because if I was a GM, that would definitely be one of my main focuses. I am going to you take need into consideration, but still, if you got some good players there. So, of course, I went defensive tackle. He was the best player available here. Got us a safety. Waller, I think he's what, a 6'1" safety. Legion of Boom was tall guys, man. So I kind of went like, hey, Pete Carroll obviously like lengthy corners and safeties because that's how he built out the Legion of Boom pretty much. So I did. I went height, weight, speed. I went a little Al Davis, Pete Carroll right here. So, but then this guy right here, this defensive tackle, though, I read as a dog, man. So I read some good things about him, athleticism. So I had to go and pick him up. But yeah, two defensive tackles, 2 offensive tackles, and then I got some a little position player here with wide receiver. So that's kind of how I saw the draft going. I hope it goes somewhere around here, starting with ASHTON JEANTY in any kind of fashion. And I know I'll be a happy camper.
All right, guys. Nice way to sum it up there. That's a lot. That's a lot.
And here I am just waiting to look for the fashion and the bling and all the bells in the suit.
Well, I've been checking out some of the fashion, and it looks like some of them have already spent their signing bonus on the massive chains, the bling bling that they have, the ice, whatever the kids are calling it these days.
I hope they rented the bling. Like, don't waste your money on that stuff, dude.
It's on loan. They've got security guards next to I don't know.
Right? I hope those are some loaner bling, but you know, hey man, when you're young and you're about to be a millionaire, I can't hate. Do what you're gonna do, young man. Live it up.
NIL, they're already millionaires, bro.
Right, that's true. Live it up, man.
Yep.
Everybody deserves their first diamonds.
Yep.
Okay, what's Goodell doing? He's up on the stage riding around on a bicycle or something. Like, what is happening here?
He's on the beach cruiser too.
What is happening? Is Tennessee even on the clock? What is going on here? We've got players coming out on bikes. It's like a little street show going on or something like that.
So, and I think we all said this, Cam as number 1. What happens if he's not? What if Tennessee says nope?
No way.
Yeah. Will the ripple effect of this just kind of, you know?
Then more than likely the Browns will take him.
You think? You think?
Yeah.
You think it'll just switch a little bit there?
They're still paying Deshaun Watson $16 million a minute. They better get that rookie and get some.
I mean, I feel like they've pretty much all but said that they're going to take him, right? I think they've pretty much.
Okay.
Goodell's already getting booed.
He said, bring it on.
He said, bring it on. He's ready.
Yeah.
That is Lil Wayne.
That's Lil Wayne? Oh, that is, huh? Why? I thought that was like some homeless crackhead or something.
Oh, my. You can't.
Like they're just featuring, you know, their outreach. He looked like an outreach program person.
He won the outreach.
So, I mean, he's just a rich crackhead. That's all, and talented. I got to give him that. Lil Wayne is very talented. I give him shit for his appearance, but he is talented as hell.
What did I never do to you?
Nothing. No, that's why I just give him shit because you could just, you know, he parties hard and you can tell when you see it. You know what I mean? You can tell old boy be throwing it back.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
And that's why he rides a bike.
But I actually like Lil Wayne. I am a fan. I do like Lil Wayne.
Okay. I don't know what Lil Wayne fans are called, but don't come after Omar, Little Wayners.
Right, Wayner.
Little Wayners.
Because I like you. That's kind of my style a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you give people shit, you like them. You're like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right. So I guess our general consensus is almost anyone just about that's not a reach or Shedeur Sanders. Or is Shedeur Sanders at this point considered a reach?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%. I think so. With the talent that's out there that'll still be available at 6, it's a reach.
Yeah. I think 3 quarterbacks is going to go in the first round. I think Dart is going to sneak up in the bottom of the first round, I think.
Absolutely. But I don't once again, I don't think we need to reach for one with after, like, you know, Spicy just talked about it. We extended Geno, so why are we going to reach for a quarterback?
Yeah. I mean, hey, I've seen other teams do it. I mean, Atlanta just did that, and it paid dividends for them because they gave old boy a big contract and still traded up to get their quarterback, and then the quarterback they had just signed didn't even make it the whole season. We don't know if Gino, I hope you don't. But suppose he does take a dive. I don't think he is, but suppose he does. Would we regret not picking the Shedeur in the first round if that scenario happened?
Let me ask you guys this. I mean, we still have AOC in the quarterback room.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, can he do just as good?
And
Are you saying that Shedeur is better? Is worth a pick? I don't know. I'm just asking.
I was going to say the same thing, Spicy. I agree. We still have AOC in that, and he can go out there and win some games for us. If we draft right again this year and we draft some talent, and you know what I mean? So there's no reason, once again, to reach for a Shedeur at 6.
No.
I hope AOC took some boxing lessons to get his feet right, because he's going to need them in Chip Kelly's offense. I mean,
Omar got jokes tonight.
Move around in a small space and then quickly, you know what I mean, set those feet and throw. He's going to need that. So he's out in Vegas. There's a lot of fight camps out there, man. I hope somebody told him about that. Go get your feet right, dude. Do some boxing training.
All right. Tennessee is finally on the clock. They seem to take the time, even if they know who they're going to pick. So we'll see how soon this pick comes in here. We all are expecting Cam Ward to go. But yeah, maybe we mix it up and it.
Yeah, they've been on the clock since what, January, when the season ended? Right. When the regular season ended, they've been on the clock. So now, what's this with Travis Hunter? Did he shoot himself in the foot a little bit, saying he doesn't want to play if he can't play both wide receiver and quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna hurt him, but at the end of the day, he ain't gonna turn down that money because the coach says you got to play over here.
Right.
Like, hey, I got 2 positions for you: special teams and quarterback. There's your 2 positions, bro.
You can play bench or you can play wide receiver. Which one you want?
Play those quarter and wide receiver. I don't think he'll do both. Right.
And that was my question. If he has to do one, which one you guys think he's going to do?
I'd put him
the one they tell him to do.
But if you had to guess, would it be cornerback or wide receiver?
I think for him, he's smarter to play wide receiver just because wide receiver contracts are bigger. Yeah. But I think if the Browns take him, considering the division that they're in, they put him at corner with Denzel Ward over there because, I mean, you got George Pickens and DK Metcalf now. I mean, you're in a division with, Flowers and, they got some white. So you need two lockdown corners in that division. You have T. Higgins and what's the other cat over there? Jamar Chase. You know what I mean? So now you have Denzel Ward and Travis Hunter playing corner. That's a big deal.
Yep. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say cornerback.
Yeah.
But I think he should play at wide receiver. I mean, if one thing Travis Hunter's got, he's got hands.
Oh, yeah.
He's got hands. So, those 50-50 balls, he's got speed. There's no way I'd put him. If it was one or the other,
yeah,
you have to go one. This is wide receiver all day.
Because I do think that's what he's going to face. I don't think it's not that we won't see him at the other position, but I do think he's going to be on one primary. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's joining the team. He's going to have one primary position. You know what I mean? Not to say that he won't mix it up and see some time at the other, but
here's the other thing. If I'm Travis Hunter's agent, I'm like, hey, bro, you're not playing both sides of the ball.
Right.
That'll end your career a lot faster. Yep. Let's stop playing. Put your ego in your back pocket,
right,
and go out there and do one or the other. Wherever coach says, you go do that.
All right.
Like that's a good point. Because there's more money playing wide receiver than there is corner.
Yep.
But if I'm Cleveland, I'm putting him at cornerback because, like I said, I want him to take T. Higgins. I want Denzel Ward to take freaking Jamar Chase. I want him to take George Pickens. I want Ward to take DK. You know what I mean? Like those are teams you got to play twice a year.
Definitely.
So you got to lock those receivers down. Those guys have 2 receivers, and you need someone that can on both sides that can lock them down.
Yeah, or make him compete. Like, hey, all right, well, compete. Whichever one you win, that's what you're gonna do.
There you go. That's a good one too.
Go win a spot then.
I mean, I guess if they want to put him in, something primarily and then a special situation or whatever.
Yes, there's packages.
Yeah, put in some packages. Yep. Put in some packages for him. I mean, but like I say, for me, if I'm coach, he's going to be primary one, either wide receiver or you're going to be a cornerback, and then we can find you you know what I mean, some packages on the other side of the ball for certain plays and things. You know what I mean?
Rooms at the same time, you can't be in the defensive room during those meetings and in the offensive meeting.
It's too much.
You can't do a defensive walkthrough and an offensive walkthrough because they're happening. You know what I mean? So you have to pick one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well,
I mean, not to mention just the talent is going to be so much different from the college. What's that?
Tennessee's on the phone.
They're on the phone. Who are they on the phone with? They're not going to tell us until
there's a minute.
We know who they're on the phone with.
They're showing Cam Ward highlights. So
Yeah.
Well, they were showing
highlights. So player comparison.
I mean, come on.
That's all I'm saying. Why do they need to be on the clock for this long? We all know who they're going to pick. Let's shake it up a little bit here.
All right.
That's
if they don't pick Cam, I guess who do you guys think they're picking if it isn't Cam?
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, yeah.
Travis Hunter.
That'd be the most logical.
That's absolutely.
Not Abdul Carter. Not Abdul Carter. Yeah.
No.
All right.
I don't think you would take Travis Hunter in that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
All right. Let's see. I can't disagree with any of those with that answer. So.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and I said that would be the most logical, but really passing up on Cam Ward is illogical. So who knows?
Right.
Yeah. Well, the pick is in. The pick is in. Let's see if there's any shocks, any surprises, or is it as expected? I think.
What the folks in the chat think? Anyone? Is it going to be Cam Ward, y'all, or is it going to be Travis Hunter?
I mean, I don't know that this would shake things up too much, though, right? Because then it might just be like the 1 and 2 flip. So we're swap. So we're still looking at
through that
kind of the same, getting into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Unless it's not one of those two, then you know what I mean. If they reached.
All right. Well, my phone is ahead of
overall pick before.
The pick is in. Well, you can tell us.
It's Cam.
Breaking news.
All right. So for the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft, Scotty Waddy says it's Cam Ward to Tennessee. So no surprise there. Just as everybody thought. What's that?
Adam Schefter says.
Excuse. So if it's wrong, it's his fault. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to say? It's on him.
Hefty. Right. Did I take it off mute?
Let's see. As you can see, there's some highlights here.
It's Cam Ward. Yep, it's Cam Ward, as predicted. Number 1.
I'm giving the tan business casual look a C minus.
Yeah. Oh, the white sneaks.
I can't see the shoes. Hold on.
Just a pair of white
conservative.
It's a little casual. It's a little casual.
It's kind of like
I'm not mad at the watch. It's a little chain. Okay.
It's garden party picnic afternoon Sunday.
Yeah.
I think it says I'm confident, I'm comfortable, I'm not flashy. I like it.
All right. Can I break some news?
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't take them to a Sunday picnic, but go ahead.
Hold on. Is it really important? Like really important?
Do tell.
According to Schefter, Browns are trading the number 2 overall pick, a 4th round pick, and a 6th round pick to the Jaguars.
Wow.
Jaguars.
They have
Jaguars. Yeah. Jaguars are on the clock right now.
They're on the clock.
Wow.
The Jaguars are trading the number 5 overall pick, a 2nd round pick, a 4th round pick, and a 2026 first round pick to the Browns.
Holy
Wow.
Who do they want?
4
Wow.
slots? 3 slots? How many
Travis
slots they
Hunter.
moved down? 3? They moved 3? They moved down 3 and got a nice little haul, huh?
Yeah.
I ain't mad. I'm not mad. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what Jacksonville wants to do. They must. Is it Abdul Carter or is it Travis Hunter?
I think
It's
it might
one
be
of the
Travis
two.
I
Hunter.
think it's Travis Hunter.
That is a
think
lot to give up. They have their eye on somebody, but who is it?
Yeah, I think it's Mr.
Is anyone
Hunter.
nervous? Is it the guy we want?
Nah, they didn't jump up for Genty. No, they didn't. They didn't jump up for Genty.
First
I'll be
next year,
surprised.
too. Wow, that's a lot.
Now that would be a shocker if they did. I'd be like,
Say it
mother.
again, Scotty. What did they trade? What was it again?
It's a first round, so it's a swap firsts. It's a
Yep.
second this year, a fourth this year, and then a first next year. The Browns get.
Yeah.
And when the
Okay.
Browns they gave up a 2 and a what for this season?
The Browns gave up. So the Jaguars are getting the number 2 overall pick, the Browns 4th round pick, which is 104 overall, and the Browns 6th round pick, 200 overall. The Browns get the number 5 overall pick, the number 36 overall pick in the second round, the number 126 overall, which is a 4th rounder, and a 1st rounder next year.
Dang.
Yeah.
With another first round 2 just to move down a few slots. No, wait, but the Browns gave up the number 2 and they gave up 200, right? You said
200, yes.
what's that? 200 is like what, a 6th round or a 7th round pick?
6th round pick.
Oh yeah, I'd have gave that up too, man. I mean, unless obviously they wasn't in love with anyone, so they're like,
Hey, Tom Brady came out of the 6th round.
hey, look, now the Browns are gonna get Shador. Look, they're like, you know what? Now we're gonna get Shador Sanders.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes, a little spike.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a
A
lot.
lot. First rounder next year. I mean, the 2
Right.
get, but it's the first rounder next year. That's
Right? I'm like, wow, just for a 2 and a 200 from 5 to
Because-
move up 2
Right.
spots.
And you know
crazy.
why? Because the Browns are probably going to be in the top 10 next
Right.
year too. So now they got
Absolutely.
2 number 1s.
yes, yeah. Whew.
Oh wait, no, the Browns received. Oh no, so the Browns gave them a 4th round and a 6th round.
Right.
Yes.
They gave them a
They're
2.
getting the number 1 next year. Jaguars number 1 next year.
I know that's still a lot. That's a lot.
And a second rounder and a full.
That's a lot. Hey, I'm
There
not
it is right there. At
the
second
pick is
overall,
in.
they're going to get a 4th and a 6th, the Jaguars.
Yep, they're getting a 4th and a 6th,
Here.
and they're getting a 2nd, a 4th, and a 1st next year.
Wow.
That's a
Them first,
lot.
man.
Do you think this in any way affects the Raiders? Do you think this will any way affect the Raiders pick?
I mean, they
Not
just
the first
rearranged the
pick.
top 5. No, not really. I just think now you just take Travis Hunter and and maybe flip flop it with between teams, I guess.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Jacksonville pick is in.
I mean, if this was somebody outside of the top 5, then
That means they might not take Genty. Some of us had them taking Genty at 5. So
yeah. So the odds are looking good. All we got to do is just make the pick.
yeah, V Cartel 06. Thanks for joining the show. They must really have faith in this pick. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a lot to give up to move up 3 spaces.
It's
Yeah.
They wanted their guy.
Is Travis Hunter is he a game changer?
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Etienne over there. So you got the running back, you got the quarterback. Now you have a receiver.
Well, see, I don't think their quarterback is that good. They just haven't given up on him yet.
I agree. I don't think he's that good either. But
I mean, he balled out in college. I get them picking him because he balled out in college, but he has not looked near like he did in college.
Travis Hunter with Brian Thomas Jr. and Etienne. Now there's no excuses.
Yeah.
This point,
Yeah.
you're,
It's
I
like,
mean, you
it's
loaded
like
that
one
off.
of them. It's like a Traeger grill. It'll make you a good cook.
Exactly.
All right.
Brother.
Here they come.
Seem to be happy, and they got the camera on Travis Hunter.
Yeah, they've had the camera on him. That's right. They think they know.
Yeah. It's the logical pick, I think, here.
I mean, unless you're going after a dual Carter, which could arguably been the number one pick if it wasn't for Tennessee in that way and in that spot.
Yeah,
he could have been the number one pick with a different team.
I don't know why Roger Goodell got this short guy standing next to him. Jeez.
There you go.
I'm all looking down like, oh, that guy. Is there another guy on the screen?
Is that Armistead? Is that dude like 6'7" or something? 6'8"?
Yeah.
Looking like Lurch.
Omar's on one tonight.
I know. That's the thing.
I am not mad at everyone in their comfortable T-shirt under the suit look. Hey, I'm not mad at that. That dress casual. Hey, I'm not mad at it.
If I can see that, Omar. Yeah,
I money, I would dress like that too.
I'm old school. It's a draft. Go big. Get that Ryan Clark look.
That's what I'm saying.
Get that Ryan Clark.
Flash it out.
This is their Oscars, yeah. Okay, he has a ring on. Probably another big grip around the neck.
Thank you to the Bacon family and the NFL nationwide. And also tonight I want to encourage each player.
You're leaving us hanging. Come on.
I know. Let's go with that.
Thank everyone.
Use your platform to make your community.
I want to thank you guys for being here, hanging out with me, and I appreciate your friendship and camaraderie. We're a great team.
Play him off the stage like the
Oscars. And now for the second pick
of the
2025.
Here we go. Finally.
Travis Hunter.
All right, in the 2025 NFL draft, they did it. They traded up. The Jags got Travis Hunter. All right, you got everyone kind of going that way. Oh,
hey,
Travis Hunter, and I guess they marched him up there.
Yeah. All right.
See,
there's a lot of talk about him, so that's not super surprising. The trade, we all thought he was going to go at number 2. We just didn't think he was going to go to this team at number 2.
Right. And he's in hot pink with an extra strap. I don't know. I don't like it.
You don't like that?
You don't like it? You don't like the extra strap?
I'm not liking his fit. I should write some cards. You know what I mean? We can start rating outfits. Like, yeah, that's trash.
Oh yeah.
I like this.
No,
Let me see the shoes. I gotta see the shoes.
I like a bright color. He looks good.
So,
the shoes aren't hitting it.
Shefty's reporting that they plan on playing him on both sides of the ball.
They're going to play him on both sides of the ball. Wow. All right.
Wide receiver.
Maybe that was part of the talks, right? Okay, we're going to trade for you. You want to play for this team. You're going to play on both sides. Maybe that was part of it.
We want you all over until you're broken. We want you.
We're going to get our 3 years out of you.
Right. We got a new toy. We're going to play with it until it breaks.
He looks
apparently they saw it. Apparently they're seeing it as 2 positions for 1 number 2 pick.
A 2-for-1 graded 1 position. Yep. Somebody else said they're going to break them. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. The NFL ain't college, bro.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what though? I let him prove us wrong. Let him prove me wrong and be great at 2 positions. It's never been done. Maybe he can do it. I got a lot of doubt though.
Well,
but I mean, at the end of the day,
when Cleveland had the pick, I was saying put him at corner because once again the division they're in. But now that Jacksonville has him, I say put him at wide receiver. Turn with Brian Thomas Jr. and Poison. Who you covering? Who you doubling? Who you're not?
Here's the thing about that. Everybody at their position after a pro NFL game is getting an ice bath, is getting massages, and now you want to double that up?
Right. Yeah.
It just doesn't, I mean, at one point you got to say, hey, man, let's wait till your rookie contract is up so you can get paid at least a little bit before you
money.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but
the learning curve, there's a learning curve from every level. You hear guys from high school to college, the learning curve and that big jump. The jump from college to the pros, that learning curve. So it's not that he doesn't have the physical talent, but it's all that memory, muscle memory, repetition to get great at a given position that, okay, we'll see. Like I say, hey, man, I would love to see in my time someone do it and be great at two positions. Because that's playing both ways. I played both ways once.
Right.
Oh, the Giants pick is in.
And oh my goodness, it was not fun, man. Let me tell you. It's not fun. So
yeah, Giants took out Bill Carter.
Because he literally would have to play both. He would literally have to play both ways to be great.
All right, let's announce this, guys. Who do we have? Who the Giants chose? They haven't announced it on my end yet.
No, not on mine either. They just said the pick is in.
Okay. Oh, the pick is in for the Giants. Okay. Yeah, but Omar, it comes down to a stamina thing, right? Like, is he going to have the stamina to be able to do that? I mean, you're never off the field. This is not a college situation. This is NFL. People are faster, stronger,
playing both ways,
taller, tougher. Like, I don't even see it as possible. When's the break? When's the break?
There's speeds on defense. I mean, it's not as simple as just.
I was on a semi-pro team, and we only had 11 players show up. We had to play both ways. They said, you know what? We're not going to give you guys any delay of games. Dude, we were winded. I mean, it was crazy, and I'm like, it's nowhere near the pro level. And you know what I mean? I could only imagine trying to play both ways at the pro level on a position that sprints pretty much a lot.
And here's the deal. It's not as simple as just going out and covering the best guy on the other team, or the second best guy at corner. There's defensive schemes. You have placements. You got to be in certain areas. There's coverages, and you can't learn both. You can't learn how to run routes as a wide receiver in the NFL and do it right, and also know the defensive scheme. It's not.
I mean, if he does it, somebody starts stitching his yellow jacket.
But college Dion can say, "Go cover the best guy and shut him down." You know what I mean? And then run these routes.
Go chase Jamar Chase.
Abdul Carter. The pick is in.
All right, the pick is in. The Giants go with Abdul Carter.
Nice. I thought this could be a chance where JEANTY might go because they've hurt ever since they let Barkley go.
True.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I was a little worried. I'm like, the Giants could do it. So, all right, well, we got 2 more picks to go before we'll know what we're doing.
He spent his check on his.
Oh, he definitely spent his signing bonus and took out a loan for those teeth and that for the grill, for the chain, for the watch.
What about the dress?
Oh, his daddy got a watch. What did his daddy got?
That's I can't see the dress. I can't see it.
It may be a cultural.
He got the Adidas logo on it.
Is he non-binary? He's got the dress on.
Oh my God, I can't.
Are we first non-binary NFL player or something with the dress? No,
I think he's Muslim.
Oh, he's
wearing
Muslim.
pants. Omar, he's wearing pants.
Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Scotty, or whoever said that.
My bad. Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Look.
You ain't right.
Seriously. Couldn't you tell by the name?
Carter? No. The first name, but he's still got the Carter. That's the slave name, Carter. So why he would
have an X on his. He would have an X over his number.
If he was, follower of Islam, he would have changed Carter.
X.
Wow.
This is true.
At least it'd have been X, right? It'd have been Abdul X or some shit. That would have been tight, though. Have an NFL jersey that just says X. That would have been nice. I think I would have had to get that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Taking this conversation downhill. My bad. I'm gonna clean it up. For all the people out there, if I offended you, get thicker skin.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. By now.
Here's a perspective for you guys. We're about to be at pick number 4, and the first 3 picks are really all number 1 picks. Yeah. We should have something really solid coming to us. Those first 3 guys could have gone number 1 any draft that you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the Patriots coming in next. So do they they sneak away with
You're gonna still see offensive tackle here,
or do they go with Will Campbell or somebody else?
I think they go with Campbell.
You know, I got him going with. Well, shit, I had the Jaguars taking Will Campbell, but I had Mason Graham going to the Patriots. But it could go either way.
Either way.
Yeah. If Mason Graham goes to the Patriots, does Will Campbell fall to the Browns, or what do you make of these next two picks before we get to the Raiders? Who do you guys got going here at 4 and 5?
You know, this is scary. The Browns don't have a running back, right?
No, well, I mean,
Stop it!
Ugh.
But you are preaching though, huh?
I just thought about that. The Browns don't have a running back.
Oh my goodness, that'd be nasty. They get JEANTY. Damn.
I just feel sorry for JEANTY, but I ain't mad because then we're probably going to take Mimbow. But I feel sorry for JEANTY. He don't deserve that.
No.
I mean, nobody really deserves to go to the Browns, to be quite honest with you.
Damn.
That's wrong, man.
Sorry, but they have ruined every number 1 draft pick since before the league started.
Before the 90 years.
They're bad.
Wow. What is this backdrop? Legendary. And
That was supposed to be where Shador.
Who beat is this? Oh, is this where they're gonna have like Canton, Texas? Oh, I guess that's when Shador finally gets picked. They can interview him or something. He's got a little couch.
They've been on that one for a minute. They're making a really big deal about him. They're showing a lot of footage of him. They're cutting to that party he's at. Yeah.
Remember when Geno Smith was up and they thought he was going to be a first round pick? He slid. They kept showing him. You know what I mean? Could that happen to Shador where they keep showing that couch? Like, you know what I mean? We had pick 25. They start showing the couch. It's still empty.
Hey.
It's all a marketing thing for them, though. I don't even think they care. He might not even go in the first round, and he's getting more publicity than anybody else. More people know his name than anyone's. So,
All right.
you know, they what is this legendary and everything they're promoting? They don't even need to show up. They're like, we're going to set up our own draft right here. You're going to come to us. You're going to televise it, and we're going to get sponsored, and we're going to make money while we sit here for 2 rounds.
And they did. That's
right.
The crazy part, though. It seems like that people hate on Shador, but most people still think he's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL.
And he might. I mean,
it's crazy.
Might. You know, I'm not saying he won't be.
Yeah.
As far as the Raiders go, though, I would rather not take him at 6 over what the options
are. If he did, wouldn't that say Tom Brady, who has worked with him, knows something? Because to me, that's why I wouldn't be mad. Because the first thing that would come to my mind is Tom Brady knows something because he's worked with him and he co-signed that. That's a Brady pick right there.
No, what I said this since last season. I said, look, I'm not a Shador Sanders fan, but there's something about of all the college quarterbacks, Tom Brady picks this guy. All right. Hey, okay. I mean,
that's the only reason why I wouldn't be mad if we picked him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I wouldn't be crazy about it either.
Right.
I don't like it. I think it's a reach.
I think JEANTY would be instant. I think we would see instant, just like we did Bowers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be the same effect. Now, that doesn't, that still didn't, make a lot of W's, but we also didn't have Geno Smith either. So I'm like, okay.
Well, let's think about that too, because we're talking about, we need an O-line for him to run through and things like that, but we really need more weapons, because if we want Brock Bowers to succeed, we're going to need more weapons, because we're going to have to spread out that defense. If he's going to be the main, he could be the main target, but if he's going to be like kind of the only target, I should say, then it's very easy to double team that tight end. He's in the middle of the field. It's not going to be spread out. Everyone knows he's, the best at that position. I mean, so if the Raiders don't have any other weapons, it's going to be a little easier for the defense to shut Bowers down. Just to keep him productive and active, they're going to need something else.
That's why I think JEANTY is so important, because he's a weapon.
You'll agree with this, that's why the pick should be Mimbow, because now we give him time, and then you can get another running back that's high quality in the second round. So that seems
still a weapon. Yep.
Yeah, and my comment wasn't advocating for JEANTY. I was just saying in general.
No, but it's true what you're saying. Yeah, let's get a running back because you're right. But I mean, if we give Mimbao and we give the passer time, and then we got a double, whammy with the really good
What's
running
good,
back,
Raider Travis?
plus you
Maybe
got
on
Bowers,
Houston.
man.
Yeah.
You got something now. That's why I think the pick should be Mimbao. But I think that they've been saying a lot about Kelvin Banks, and I'm not mad at that either. I'll take Kelvin Banks, but I'd rather have Mimbao.
Rather have Mimbao, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, you go Mimbao, you go Travion Hunter or Henderson in the second round.
Well, this is going by fast now. We've got the Patriots. The pick is in.
Pick is in. Hampton might not be there.
With the fourth pick in the NFL draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell. So they did go with Will Campbell, guys.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You gotta protect Drake May.
Yeah. But it's a deep class, so.
Yeah,
Did you guys hear that?
Is that Will Campbell?
They can't hear me.
Oh,
Did you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Is this thing on?
You gotta protect Drake
Okay.
May. That pick makes sense.
Yeah, okay, yes. Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Will Campbell.
This is what we got. This is what we got coming to us. We got one pick ahead of us, and we got Mason Graham, Ashton JEANTY, and Armand Mimbao.
I'm not mad at any of that.
Let's go.
Exactly. I'm not mad at any of that.
Pick one of them. I don't care which one.
Just
Pick
don't
one.
fuck it up, but I am not mad at any of
He
that.
said, don't fuck it up. All right. Just draft ballers, dogs, and future Hall of Famers, please. One of the three.
Don't fuck this up. Take one of those three, or somebody's getting hurt here.
What's good, Raider Travis? Thanks for tuning in. All right, yeah. So this is leaving the Raiders, like you guys just said, in a good spot. They're going to have options here. They're going to have at least 2 to 3 players that can make an impact for the Raiders. Maybe it's a harder decision than they think. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe they had someone locked in. All of a sudden, they're like, "Hey, look who fell to number 6, or look who has fallen to number 6."
I think these at least these 4 picks, which way they went, Travis. I mean, I think it's kind of been in line, though. You know what I mean? Cam, Hunter, Abdul, Will Campbell. So far, I think that's been very predictable that those 4 guys would be gone. So
I agree with that. I think we were kind of predicting that it could be unpredictable, right? But then at the end of the day, it did kind of all fall into place the way it thought. We thought maybe there could be a little, turbulence here and there, but you're right, Omar. So far, there hasn't really been that.
Because nobody thought Brock Bowers was going to fall out of the top 10 last year. Yeah, he in every mock draft he was like 7, 8, or 9 or something like that. So. Yep, this one is.
The thing about it is that the Jags could have used so many players, and the Browns too. So them flipping in front of us just flip flop who's there, but we probably didn't expect either of their picks anyways. So it didn't matter. I don't think it matters.
So I'm going to have to give a Will Campbell an E for efforts on his suit. Can we do that?
No, I think it could be a defensive tackle, man. Give that D-line a little help.
You talking about our pick?
No. Browns.
Oh.
Or like what you said. Oh, that would suck. Pick is in. They picked too quick. I'm nervous.
The pick is in already for the Browns?
Pick is in.
Hey, the Browns might have gotten who they were going to pick anyways and took that haul in.
Oh, that's true. That's true. This could be a win-win here, right?
Mason Graham.
Mason Grant, as I said, the defensive tackle.
Yep.
It wouldn't surprise me, man. That line, that D line now is going to be. The pick is in. Come on.
Hey, these running backs keep getting pushed down, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
I'm getting nervous. There's one pick before we know exactly who's left for the Raiders to pick.
All right.
Who's Travis talking about? The pick's been in. We're talking about we're on to Cleveland. Has the Cleveland already been announced, Travis? That's where we're at.
Yeah, they took Mason Graham. I had Mason Graham on my end.
You got
really?
Mason Graham?
Mm-hmm.
Would there be a pick that would surprise you?
Cleveland took Mason Graham. Is what I
Is
got.
he just not there? Maybe he's just not there. So with the 2025 pick, the Browns select Mason Graham. All right.
Damn it, I'm behind. Mine's still saying the pick is in.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, like shit.
Well, then why waste any more time? This is the moment we've all been waiting for, right? The Raiders are up.
No.
Raiders are
Yep.
up.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
shit.
there is a ton of. Well, yeah, they went from 2 to 5, so I'm sure they had their draft board ready, and they were just like, "Whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
all righty, we're good here."
I get it, but I feel like usually they still drag it out. Look how long the first pick took to come in.
Right, like you had since January, my friend.
Yes.
So if you all know, if you remember, the last time the Raiders had a 6th round or the number 6 pick was our beloved Tim Brown. He went on number 6 back in 1988.
All right,
Is this the moment? Are the Raiders up? Nope, it's still on Cleveland. All right.
it's still on Cleveland. They are, dragging their feet with this.
Schefter is reporting that Carolina has been fielding calls about the number 8 pick.
Wow. All right, the pick is, at least for me, it is.
Yep.
Says
I think the TV is way behind the social media, Omar.
It is. It's Mason Graham.
Thanks
Well,
for confirming.
So I got the
It's-
Raiders pick on my end. Do you guys want to know?
Hey,
Yeah.
huh?
If
Yeah.
it's the Raiders,
On my
no.
end, do you want to know?
If it's
Yeah.
the Raiders,
I have the pick.
Is it the
Do you wanna
Raiders?
know? I do.
is it the Raiders?
Yes.
Okay, well, you have to
Exactly,
announce it
so
right
it's
way.
Minbow.
Like, you have to announce it the right way. I want to hear it the right way.
With the number 6 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Raiders select ASHTON JEANTY, running back, Boise State.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
All right. So everything's going in line here, just like
Going in
kind of
line.
like we all thought.
I'm going to start sewing that gold jacket in the. He's going to follow Tim Brown's 6th pick. You guys heard it here first.
All right. It was to be expected. What do we think? So there was nothing that kind of ruffled the draft here. Everything's kind of going in line. The Raiders end up with this. There's some amazing stats here on ASHTON JEANTY, of course. 29 touchdowns, 312 carries, 222, 880. So he was so close to breaking that record. And Omar, to your point, what did you say? The yards after the catch.
Right here. Here it is.
First contact.
I mean,
After the
this
contact.
is impressive that after contact, he still got more yards than everyone else. I mean, that to me, it's a contact sport. It's tackle football. Just like he said, I'm a quote. He said, it's tackle football. You should pick the guy that's hard to tackle. I mean, I was like, yep.
And, I mean, we haven't even mentioned it. He's got great hands out of the backfield.
Yes, he does.
Ball. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
can block. He can pass block. He does a lot of good stuff. So once again, I'm not mad at this pick. It's a great pick, like you said. I mean, this could be Brock Bowers. You know what I mean? 2025. So
That's right. I think so. I
he does a
think
lot
he
of
is.
good stuff.
Look,
I think he is. Unless one of these guys, and Brock Bowers got cheated. He didn't. Jaden Daniels balled out.
Sure. Right.
But
They're always going to give
to
it to
me,
him.
he got cheated because Brock Bowers broke records.
Yes.
He broke generational records. So to me, Jaden Daniels didn't do that. He balled out though. But to me, Brock Bowers should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year because he did something that, you know what I mean? Mike Ditka's record was sitting there for decades. What we saw with Beast Mode, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I think we're getting a pretty damn good package, man, and a running back. Like I say, who else has come? Maybe somebody else did, but I can't recall hearing another running back get close to Barry Sanders' record. So maybe there are a few, but I can't think of anyone. That's a lot. And like I say, you see the drop off. And like I say, when you got more yards than the next guy after contact, though, like, okay, my regular yards, I'm way up above you. But then here's my yards after contact, and I still got you beat. You got to be able to get not only yards after the catch, but getting yards after contact. That's those dirty yards, man. Though that's the difference between 3 and out and the first down in my mind.
All right. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit here. I'm gonna go a little bit of fashion here. I'm not mad at the suit. the bow tie. Maybe it would have been a little more casual there in that aspect because the suit is so blingy. But does he have a deal with Crocs? Because I'm not feeling these Crocs with this suit. This suit is fire. The Crocs are not. They are blinged out. He must have listen, the only reason he wearing Crocs is because they paid him, right?
No, I'm going to defend my guy and say, you know what? He's keeping those feet very comfortable and ready to go.
There you go. That's the other aspect. I like that angle. I like that angle. Let those toes breathe. You don't want any LeBron James toes. You know what I'm saying? Nobody needs this.
Hey,
oh, he's happy.
I'm sitting over here and I'm a little bit. I've been a little bit quiet because I'm just looking at the ASHTON JEANTY pick come in on my end. But you know what? You guys are all missing one point here. We didn't fuck this up.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I know who we picked.
Not only did we didn't fuck it up, we addressed it an immediate need. We addressed it with a player that can give us immediate impact. Yes. He's the best in his class at that position. Yeah, we didn't fuck it up.
Listen, Omar, I knew the names that we picked, and I couldn't be happier. I didn't care who it was. I just wanted to know who it was.
There we go. There we go. Now, if they could just follow the rest of my mock and some trenches and, a little receiver action. Nice.
Can I just mention, too, on the draft hats, a lot of the other ones just said, like, the city that they play in. This is an NFL recognized hat, official draft hat. And the Raiders underneath, it doesn't say the city they're from, which I love for multiple reasons. But I love what it says even more. It says there's only one nation. NFL, stamped, sealed, approved. So the rest of y'all can stop it.
Yes.
Good eye.
Preach. Yeah. Sheesh. Man. Hey, I'm not mad with the Emmitt Smith comparison.
Yeah.
No.
Right? I mean, you get compared to a Hall of Famer. Okay. Yeah. With 3 Super Bowl wins.
And the most rushing yards ever.
Right? Hey, I'm not mad at that, man. I am not mad.
Rushing leader. That's not horrible.
I'm not mad. And this kid got vision, dude. How many times we see a running back run behind the tackle and there's nothing there? Why'd you go there? Bounce it.
Right.
This dude got vision. So that's one thing. You know what I mean? We talked about, yes, we do think we need some line help, and I hope we do address that in the draft as well. And I believe we will pick up somebody, especially we got sure. Colton Miller holding out.
Hey guys, let's try to. Sorry, Omar, I don't mean to cut you off. Let's try to listen into what he says here.
Raiders' new head coach Pete Carroll loves to build a team around running the football. He used to coach one of your favorites in Marshawn Lynch. How will you bring beast mode to Vegas?
Yeah, I think it's that same energy, that attitude he comes with that nobody can tackle him on the football field.
All right, congratulations. The highest selection ever for a Boise State player.
Thank you so much.
Great.
All right, they're still bringing up the beast mode comparison here. I'd like to hear what beast mode has to say. If anyone has any social media on any reaction from inside the Raiders war room, beast mode or otherwise, we'll see if. But yeah, so there we have it. Nobody was shocked. No. Nobody's disappointed. Well, nobody here.
They going nuts in his old high school. Kid even got on his Raider jersey. Let's go. Let's go.
Boise State first round pick. Oh, since 2018.
It's the highest. I think he's the highest Boise State player pick at 5. I don't think there's been one.
At 6. Go. All right, guys. So what do you think? Just to kind of sum up the Raiders offseason, there were a lot of personnel moves like there always are. Of course, again, another new head coach, another general manager. We've let some players go. Obviously, we've re-signed some players, and now we've just drafted ASHTON JEANTY with this running back position that was in dire need. I think we can all agree on that. What do you guys, you don't have to give it an actual grade, but what do you guys think of the overall of the Raiders offseason so far?
Offseason and the draft are 2 different things, because I think I questioned, there's some players out there that we didn't get and I thought we should have. So, I mean, I'm still, and there's still some out there. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's out there, I believe. You know what I mean? So maybe we can pick him up after the draft, depending on, maybe that's why they're waiting, kind of see what they do in the draft. But I'm telling you this, if we would have started the offseason the way we just started this draft, I would have been, I think I would have been a little bit more higher on. I mean, but hey, we got Geno Smith. That, to me, that was the best move we did this offseason, was grabbing Geno Smith. So I thought that was a good move. A lot of people wanted Sam Darnold, and their stats are so damn close. It's a shame. And I tried to tell people, but Darnold played on a better team. You know what I mean? So to me, that, like I say, hey, that's spoke highly of Geno, and he's been on the rise ever since he's been to Seattle. So hopefully he can continue that momentum. So that's my thoughts.
I'll be the first to admit I was a little bit ignorant on what Geno Smith's numbers and what he's actually done. I was like, Geno Smith, and then when I looked, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This guy can play a little bit. He can sling it out there. So I'm pretty happy with that. If you wanted me to give a grade on the offseason stuff that went on, I'd have to say bare minimum a B plus. And I'm taking into account the coaching pickups. I think the coaching pickups were pretty good. I think some of the guys we got pretty good. If you want me to grade the draft, A plus, 100%.
So for me, I once again, just to reiterate, I love the Geno, and not only do I love bringing Geno over, but the extension that we did at 37.5 annual salary. I mean, that's not even $40 million for a starting quarterback, a capable starting quarterback. So I love that. I'm not going to lie. I was not big on the Alex Kappa signing. I think Alex Kappa's trash, honestly. And I think we gave him way too much money. But I agree overall with, I love Spytech. We talked about it early on, right after the season ended, that's who I wanted as a GM. Keeping Patrick Graham, I think, is huge and doesn't get enough of,
Absolutely.
Good point. Yeah, keeping Graham was awesome.
Keeping Graham was so big. So, the offseason has been absolutely a solid B plus. The Max Crosby extension, same thing. Great deal. If you look at it on paper, it's not a lot for an edge rusher of his capability. We did that deal right. So everything they've done so far has been right. I like the JEANTY draft. It's a great pick. Like I said, it was Membu, Graham, or JEANTY for me, and like Scotty said, we didn't fuck it up. So
Membu just went to the Jets.
Yep. Membu to the Jets.
It seems to me that the Raiders have been, speaking of just a little bit about the offseason, the years past, it seemed very what's the right word? I don't know, sporadic, kind of reaching, not really a plan there. What I've noticed is it seems like once they kind of cut ties last season, this season doesn't, with that coaching staff and whatnot, this season doesn't seem as up in the air. It seems like there is a little bit more strategic planning going through with who they're choosing as coach, who they're choosing at OC, who they're choosing as general manager, the signings that they're making in the off season before the season even starts or before contracts are up. It seems like it's a lot more thought out than I've ever seen before. I don't feel like I've ever kind of seen this from the Raiders. I just feel like it's always like, what are they doing and what is happening? And everything seems so shocking all the time. To me, it seems like there's a clear plan that's rolling out.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I completely agree with you. And the way that I sum it up, it seems like we have a professional organization doing things now, as opposed to the guy you just threw in there, little Nuck out the corner of Manchester, Normandy.
Not Nuck.
Nuck.
I'm offended. I'm offended.
I grew up like
I'm offended.
I grew up right there. Omar, don't worry.
But honestly, I think Omar made a good point, though. There's still some holes to fill. There's still some players out there that we could pick up.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to bring in a Keenan Allen. You know what I mean? Bolster that wide receiver room a little bit. If we don't do anything in the draft, a nice possession wide receiver that I think we can get fairly reasonable. We could make him a reasonable deal, and we're not spending a lot of money on him. So there's still some stuff to be done. We got to see how the rest of the draft's going to go the rest of this weekend. I mean, JEANTY's a good pick, but if we go and all of a sudden we're taking, we go crazy and get Will Howard or something in the second round, then maybe it doesn't look so great. So I just want to keep everything that we've been doing rolling and going in the right direction. And like Spicy said, just keep building and making good decisions.
I don't think Will Howard is a bad choice. Right now, I wouldn't like to take him in the second, but I don't know if he's going to last. No. Right now, I'd like to get on that offensive line for the second round, especially seeing what we're doing right now. You got to put somebody in front of JEANTY, right?
Yes.
You got to do that. So I don't mind Will Howard as a pick, just not at second. Right. I'll take him. I'll take him a little bit down the line.
Oh yeah, I had him further down. Yeah, but
I'm saying,
my
first
3 picks were offense, so I definitely hope their first 3 picks are offense as well. We need it. The offensive side of the ball, we need it. Right. So.
Let's talk about the offensive side of the ball a little bit here. Do we like the way the Raiders look right now? I mean, in terms of, I know we need to improve. We just said that. But what I'm getting at is, do you think, for instance, Kolton Miller, do you think he's going to be around to be on the Raiders this upcoming season? Or do you think that's somebody that the Raiders will shop? Because I've heard some rumors that he might be on the trading block. What do you guys think of Kolton Miller?
Well, he sat out of OTAs because he won a new contract. So that's not a good sign that we didn't just re-up him. And why? I mean, to me, just like I say, for him to feel that way and say, nope, I know it's volunteer, practice or whatever. But for him, I'm going to say, his injury was one of the catalysts of why we had such a bad start. I mean, he was just getting dominated at the beginning of the season. He had injuries going into the season that he was recovering from. So now you start the offseason by saying, I'm not going to participate. I want a new contract. That just leaves me with a huge question mark about Kolton.
It's always a rough way to start.
It's too hard in this league to pick up tackles, either left or right tackles. Look, you pay that man, just pay the guy what he needs, because what's your choice? You're going to try to get one in the draft here? It's not going to happen right now because you need something better at the second. And then if you're trying to go into the third and the fourth and you got a proven guy, just pay the guy. Let's not Josh Jacobs him, please.
Here's the deal, Omar. A healthy Kolton Miller, I agree. He looked bad early on, but he's healthy now, and a healthy Kolton Miller is still definitely a top 5 left tackle in this league.
Absolutely,
he's massive. Okay, right, that dude is massive.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a Miller hater, but what is it? Season 11 now? We're going into season 11.
No, Kolton. No, he's
no.
Miller. Not
what?
Miller.
Kolton Miller's when did we draft him? He was a Mayock pick, right? Wait, was he a Mayock pick?
2018.
Right, 2018?
17 or 18,
right, somebody Google it for me, because I thought he was getting a little long in the tooth. Maybe I'm wrong.
2018.
Yeah, he's not even 30 yet.
Okay.
Well, he is 29 if you want to go by his age.
So he's season 8. No, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, that should be worth a 3-year re-up or a 2-year re-up or something.
You add 3 more years because he's got another year. You add extended for another 2. That's 3 years with Geno Smith. And you know what I mean? He's still a top 5 at left tackle, and you're not, you know what I mean? What are you doing?
But now we gotta say when healthy.
Hashtag don't Jacobs my Miller.
Exactly.
All right?
Hashtag don't Jacobs my Miller.
Right? Hey, I feel that.
Well, let me ask you this, Tony. Then let me ask you this: would you think the Raiders would have been better off keeping Josh Jacobs and then having this pick? Then with this pick, they wouldn't have needed a running back, and they could have went O-line. Or are you happy 100%. With the way this is?
100%.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs, we wouldn't have been picking at 6.
Josh Jacobs and Armand Menbow right now, I'd be happy as hell.
Yeah.
With Geno Smith,
you would have had we wouldn't be picking at 6. We would have won a few more games.
True.
So. True. I mean, so it's been a whole different draft, I would say.
Ooh, the Panthers took T-Mac.
Yeah, T-Mac.
Yeah. Now, I don't know why this kid said, I don't like to study.
Right?
Like, did he really say that? Or did somebody...
The New Orleans pick is going to be interesting because they may be interested in Shador.
Yes.
This is going to be interesting pick with New Orleans.
It's either them or the Steelers, from what I've seen.
Tell us why, Scotty. Tell us why it's going to be so interesting and why they might be in the market for a quarterback.
Because
please share.
Because supposedly your favorite quarterback,
and he hurt again.
So the one that has all the Raider records is
ain't no supposed about it. He's done the 2025 season. No supposed.
Well, he's out. He got an injury, right? Shoulder.
Yeah, they said that he's probably not going to play at all this year. So,
wow. What? I mean, he'll be done.
I know, right? Just retire.
Nah, he'll be a backup. I mean, he can milk holding a clipboard for at least 2 or 3 more seasons.
Yeah, he can always come back to the Raiders and back up, right? He'll love that.
Oh my God. Fans would lose their minds. Now, then I have to hear hours and hours of fans battling back and forth about Carr. I'm just like, dude, Carr era is over.
Yeah,
good
I don't even start the car anymore.
Like, and then you had us in the middle, the just win crowd. Like, we don't give a fuck. We just want to win, dude. Let him play or get rid of him and get him somebody better. Just do something. But so we're beyond that now. He's
going to be the ongoing topic, like Kaepernick still trying to come back into the league 8 years after he's thrown his last pass. Like, come on, dude, give it up.
Oh man. Yeah, how old is Carr? That's going to be, coming back after a year out in surgery at his, what is he, 35, 36? What is
Let's
he?
see.
Something like that. That's not, that's not easy anymore.
He's 34. He's 34.
Huh? We'll see. Was he spending $1 million like Russell Wilson on all his, physical therapy and everything every year, man? Because if not, he may not be back.
I don't know.
He was giving it to the church.
All right. So is your Saints pick already in?
I haven't seen it. It still says pick is in on my television.
Hey, let me ask you guys this.
He's got future cam, so he's seeing into the future over there. So
let me ask you this. At 35 or whatever we pick at, in the second round, if Jalen Milroe is available, you take him?
Who, me?
Anybody.
Unless there wasn't an offensive tackle that we didn't love. Because to me, I had an offensive tackle for my second pick on my mock draft. And then I waited and got Will Howard, the quarterback from Ohio State. I think that's his name. Yeah. In the 4th. And if we could do I'm not mad. I like Milroe too. Yeah, I think the only one that I would definitely jump on if Dart is there, but I know he's not going to be there.
I love Jalen Milroe. I don't know if I like him in the second round, but right. Yeah.
I'd love to have Jalen Milroe. I'd love to have Jalen Milroe.
I agree.
The dude could run.
Yep. I agree. And like I said, if I knew how the O-line looked in 3rd, 4th, you know what I mean? Some of those deeper picks. If I had a deep board on offensive linemen, yes, I'd do it. You know what I mean? But if I didn't and it looked pretty shallow and I knew I got to pick a decent O-lineman in the 2nd or 3rd round, then I'm going to go with that O-lineman. I just think it's a higher need than backup quarterback when I still got my guy down there, Howard, floating around that I can probably grab. So we'll see how it goes. But yes, I only had 4 quarterbacks that I liked that I thought would be available. Shador, Milroe, Dart, and freaking Howard. So those are
Are you taking Shador over Milroe?
In the 2nd? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be there. I don't think he'll get past the Steelers. I don't think Shador is going to get past the Steelers. I think he's going to be the Steeler quarterback, and it might have been the best thing, you know what I mean, that could happen to a guy who I know wants to play right away. So, it might be a great situation for him with those 2 receivers they got now. Their defense has always been decent. So now their running game is wanting, though. So I could see them going running back because they let Harris go. You know what I mean? And that was one person I was hoping we'd pick up in the offseason.
I wanted Najee Harris.
Right? Najee from the Bay here, man. So I definitely wanted Najee, so I didn't like the fact. And then we let him go to the Chargers. I was like, oh, come on.
All right. The Saints went with tackle Calvin Banks Jr.
Oh, okay. They're gonna protect. They're gonna protect Rattler, huh?
Yeah.
They're gonna protect Rattler. Gone to New Orleans.
Yeah,
They need to tell us where he's from.
That's a good pick.
It is. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he's a mama's boy. Look at him. He loves his mama.
Oh, look, he's crying. I'm about to cry with him. Come on, mama. I'll be crying.
Is this our first emotional draft pick? Is our first cry? We got our first crier?
No, the first guy was.
I'm telling people, be crying the hell out of me how much I'll be crying. I had a little
Mom was sick though.
I'm just asking if he's the first.
tripping down if I got drafted. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll be crying like a motherfucker.
His mom was sick, was on hospice, and they didn't know what was wrong with her. They didn't diagnose it, and his dad just happened to have a conversation at the hospital with another person, and they found out that she had a gallbladder issue. And once they removed the gallbladder, she actually recovered. She couldn't talk. Like they were basically putting her on hospice and putting her on comfort care. And she was going to die until they removed her gallbladder. They figured out it was she had like toxins leaking out of her gallbladder. And so, yeah, he's a big time mama's boy because of that. He almost lost her.
Yeah, no, that was a great moment. Like Mother Moon had said that too. He's a mama's boy, but
Yeah,
I'm just sure, you know, maybe he is or was or whatever, but I'm sure he's just happy to celebrate with her in that moment. Yeah. Like knowing that she might not even be there. I didn't know that piece of information. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
The Bears pick is in. I don't know if you guys are ahead of me, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that they might take Omarion Hampton.
I think
you think Hampton's here? I agree. And for my four running backs taken, I need them to I need one off the board right about now. That'll be good.
Who are you stuck on this year? I've heard Henderson. I've heard who else? Omar, that is. Because, you know, who's this year's Hendon Hooker for you?
This year's Hendon Hooker?
Guys want it.
I think this year's Hendon Hooker is Dart. I think it's Dart, man. You know? It's terrible that, I mean, well, it may be good for Hendon. He's back. He's a backup over in Detroit. You know what I mean? He's definitely had time to heal and he's had time to sit. So I look forward to when he finally takes the reins, but it ain't going to happen anytime soon on Detroit because old dude is playing pretty well for them. So we'll still wait and see what Hendon ever does in the NFL.
So the Bears passed on Hampton.
Oh,
they took Colston Loveland, tight end out of Michigan.
There's some pretty good tight ends in this draft. Oh yeah, I slept on them. I mean, there's no Brock Bowers, but that's okay. Yeah,
that kid Tyler Warner out of Penn State's pretty close, but they took the tight end from Michigan, Colston Loveland.
That tight end out of Penn State. The Chargers may take that. They need a tight end.
Yeah, he's Tyler Warner. He's a stud.
Yeah.
I mean, have we thought about how much better Brock is going to be with a better quarterback?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Shattering records with what's his name? I forgot his name.
I mean, how many different quarterbacks threw him the ball last season? Right. 2, 3?
But not even just the quarterback. Talk about building the trenches. If we can get somebody to shore up that offensive line, he'll get exponentially better with that also.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And let's just say Chip Kelly's going to run a much more competent offense. Let's just talk about that. Never mind even the quarterback, the play calling is going to be a lot more competent. So,
I mean, and that's not really saying that much, but yeah.
Thanks.
We're a professional team.
Here's the booze.
The Bears are on the clock. You can hear the booze already.
Scotty, Arthur, what channel are you watching that you're that far away?
Whoa.
That you're that far ahead?
5 minutes ahead of me.
I'm watching a Raiders YouTube cast, so they have it early.
Ah, dang. Leave it to Raider fans, seeing the future.
So many on right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, who'd they pick?
Tight end.
The Bears pick in.
Oh.
Let's see. Let me see our ticker. Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, Miami, Indy, Atlanta.
Nobody too exciting coming up.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I think Shador is a little upset because he didn't get drafted higher than his dad.
Right.
So,
Shador might be upset that he didn't get drafted in the same round as his dad. He
Right.
Shit. It's gonna. I want to see who San Francisco picks, and I'm actually interested in who Dallas picks too.
Now that T-Mac's up there, now that Dallas pick will be interesting. I mean, I can see them going Hampton.
I can see them. Oh, definitely going Hampton.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they let Hampton go, I don't know.
Yeah. That'd be
the Jerry Jones effect.
Right.
I don't know what they would be thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
The Jerry Jones effect. So, not a fan, are you?
Not a fan of Jerry Jones at all.
No, me either.
Or his minions.
Right.
The NFL, you mean?
Well, don't forget where I live. I got to hear this nonsense.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying the NFL seems like they're his minions.
They just mentioned the name of the Bears. They get booed.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we've gone through the Raiders. How long do you guys want to stick around here? We said we're going to go through 6. I think we're through 10 now.
Honestly, I'm only interested in the next 2 picks.
Right, next 2, yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll hang in with you for the next 2. We'll see what happens there. Scott, you must be a secret 49ers fan or something like that. I'm not sure.
Nah, but it's interesting. I know a lot of 49er fans, and
your pick's in. Scotty, you want to know it?
Nope, their pick's in.
What is it?
Colston Loveland. Just what Arthur said.
Michael Williams out of Georgia.
The safety?
The edge rusher.
Oh,
just say it, guys. Announce it.
Yeah.
The edge rusher, Michael Williams out of Georgia. The Niners picked him.
There you go.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Pairing with Bosa?
All right, guys.
Drum roll.
Give me 2 seconds.
So the 49ers were kind of dismantled, yes. I feel like, in the offseason. Yes. So they've got and I mean, we fans of football, I guess, is what I mean, is like, do people believe in Brock Bowers? Like, is he really, was that like I know we made it to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, but was that kind of like, he had a great team and he kind of got lucky? Or do you think that he's really a quarterback that can take now a kind of a dismantled 49er team to get some wins? I mean, they've barely finished better than the Raiders.
I just feel like Brock Bowers is more of a system quarterback.
Wait, Brock Bowers is our tight end. Who are you guys talking about?
Sorry,
what's his name? Brock Purdy.
Messing with me.
Brock Purdy.
Sorry.
Brock Purdy is a system quarterback to me that had a lot of talent when they made the Super Bowl. And now that a lot of that talent's gone, I mean, he's going to win some games, but I don't think he's going to, he's decent at best to me.
Yeah.
You think he's hit his ceiling?
Oh, 100%.
He's peaked. Yeah, he's peaked.
He's peaked, and that's it.
I think so too.
I'm gonna chime in on the Brock on the
Purdy
thing.
Sorry, I messed you up with the last name.
He was getting exposed when he had a team, and they just shipped everybody out.
Yep.
Right.
And and they're about to pay him $50 million.
Well, they're going to pay him. They have to.
They're going to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, nah.
Build your defense. That was their pick, right? Yeah. Build your defense.
Well, guys, I think I stepped outside for my little celebratory ASHTON JEANTY cigar. Just
there you go.
Over here,
Dig it.
We didn't mess up the pick cigar.
No,
we didn't mess up
the pick cigar.
No, he didn't mess it up. I like it.
His name cigar.
I like it.
I'm interested to see how the Raiders build out in these later rounds. I mean, they still have 8 picks to go throughout.
Tomorrow's going to be really interesting.
I'm really interested to see that.
Tomorrow's going to be another tale of the tape right there.
I mean, in reality, today is interesting because there's a lot that can come, and we're picking high in the second. So there's a lot that can still fall to us. And we may have 2 possible first round picks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is, I think we're looking good.
You mean like in a sense because they're basically third pick in the second round?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so much talent depending on what everybody needs. What we need may come in the second round, but could have been in the first round.
Right.
Yeah.
It's based off position and all that stuff.
Yep.
I hope they take Shedeur Sanders off. That's one spot that we don't have to worry about. Take him off. Go ahead, Pittsburgh.
Yep. That's kind of where I think he's going to land.
Let him go. Let him go ahead and take him.
Who else needs a quarterback?
I could see the Giants or the Browns trading back. The Giants trading back into the first round.
Who?
I could see the Giants trading back into the first round to back in the first round at the end if Shedeur falls past Pittsburgh.
Possible.
Yeah. That I think that even though they picked up Winston and they picked up Russell Wilson, so
Winston and Wilson.
I think they're going to pick a quarterback somewhere, but would that prevent them from trying to jump back in the first round? I definitely think Russell Wilson still got more left in the tank.
Winston and Wilson are like 67% of a starting quarterback.
Right.
Wow.
Where'd you pull that number out of?
It was scientific, Spice.
Right? Okay. I like it. I like it.
It was very scientific.
I see.
It's my AI at work here.
I know. They already did the 49ers. I forgot who it was already. I don't even care about them.
That looks heavy. Who's this?
Oh, they went back to Shedeur. They got a lot of cameras on him. Is he coming? Is he the next pick? They've been having he's probably like the main focus of this whole draft. It feels like.
Will Dallas? Would Dallas pick Shedeur?
Do not put this past Jerry Jones.
Right?
Wait, is that why you were interested in seeing this? Hold on. Is this a Bronny situation?
Do not put this past Jerry Jones.
Where Daddy talked to Uncle Daddy and said, "Hey,
Right.
Uncle Daddy, pick my son."
Right.
Wow.
That would not surprise me, to be very honest with you.
Yeah, because Dak Prescott, he kind of chokes in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so,
Max Crosby just tweeted LFGGG.
Let's fucking go. Wow.
I don't know what that means. Or I don't know if that's in reference to, I should say.
Wow. Okay, the Schefter hoodie with the suit and tie.
Maybe I'm just seeing it late.
What the hell is that? Have I missed a fashion statement somewhere where now you wear a suit with a hoodie and a shirt and tie? Did I miss the memo on that one?
Hey, Shefty gets to do what he wants.
That sounds like the WNBA coaches uniform sideline uniforms.
I'm confused by that one. I'm like, what the fuck?
Where is that one?
I think we missed him.
Holy shit. Dang. I have no fashion sense. Shit.
No, you do. Let's just say you don't. I'm not sure you want to dress like a WNBA coach.
No. I'll stick to t-shirt, black everything. Dude, you know what? Now that I think of it, I got hella fashion sense. Black everything. Boom.
What has the show become?
I don't know. We start to get delirious, and after an hour and a half, we can't be trusted. It all goes downhill.
So let me ask you this: other than Mike Tomlin, if you're a coach in the NFL, do you not take Shedeur knowing that Dion is looming and could take your job?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
To take Shedeur knowing
here we go though. But is any head coach job in the NFL secure though? You know what I mean? You losing
Mike Tomlin, but
You're losing. Your job is in jeopardy real quick.
That's interesting that you bring up Tomlin, though, because Tomlin, I think he might have, his sights on getting out of that out of Pittsburgh.
But
so that's really
his sights could be on retiring, and maybe Dion would be his heir apparent. Because guess what? He's been there for a minute. He's won a Super Bowl. I think he's left it all out on the field, man. I don't think if he lasted another 2-3 seasons and said, you know what, I'm done, I think Pittsburgh will let him retire. You know what I mean? I think
that's the factor you have with Shedeur that you don't have with a lot of other players is, Dion's sitting in the background going, oh, by the way.
I'm with you guys.
More the distraction, though. Would all of that just be a distraction that teams may not want?
Right.
All right. Who we got, Arthur? Who do the Cowboys pick?
It hasn't got announced on my end yet. It just shows them on the clock still.
Pick is in.
Let's see.
By the moon, you see something?
No, I just see it's in.
Let's see.
They're still showing highlights for the 49er. Mikael Williams for San Francisco. They're just still showing that.
Oh, I got it. They took Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama.
Wow. Damn. A guard at 12, huh? Wow.
Yeah, they passed on Amorian too. Also.
Keep pushing them down.
Yeah.
Pushing them down.
Right. We're at 35. Just think of it that way. We're at 35.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Think of it as round 2. Just think of it we got to get to 35.
Would that be crazy though?
If we get Amarian Hampton at 35, I don't give a damn what happens the rest of this draft.
It's a long way to go, though. It's a long way to go.
It is. But if we got both of those running backs,
nasty.
God,
that's filthy.
Man.
We probably would. It would not be crazy that not Hampton, but it wouldn't be crazy if we picked another running back late, 7th round, something like that, 6th round for some depth.
Our running back room is horrible. Our running back room is horrible.
Yep.
You guys don't, and I'm glad you brought that up. You don't think that Zeus is going to be better in Chip Kelly's offense?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking if Zeus,
I was like, no.
Zeus is big, and now we got JEANTY, a 1-2 punch. You don't think that Kelly could get Zeus going?
I have more belief in McCormick, and the Mostert pickup wasn't great. Wasn't horrible either. Than I do in Zamir White at all.
I'm not to answer the question. Yes, he would be better. But better is pretty subjective.
Right.
And
better's not enough. Is that what you're saying?
Is better is not enough, huh?
Is better is not enough. Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
I have more belief in McCormick than I do in Zamir White at this point.
You know what? I particularly like McCormick.
Yeah,
I like him. Yeah. And under a better Chip Kelly, my bet is with him more than with Zamir White. Yeah.
All right.
God,
well, I guess we're going to wrap up here. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Not only everyone in the chat, thanks for tuning in, but it's been fun hanging out with you, Scotty, Arthur, and Omar left early. He left the party early.
I'm here to say, let's go. Are we coming? Are we coming back for a little bit of round 2 tomorrow? Just a little bit.
It's up to you. Let's do it. The Raiders go on early, so we can.
Yeah. Let's come back for round 2.
Look,
all right, let's do it. We'll be back.
Sure.
We'll be back.
Real good.
For round 2 tomorrow. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember, if you haven't already, hit that like button. And I guess we're coming back for round 2 tomorrow to see who the Raiders. We're excited. We've never wanted to come back for round 2. I don't think we've never been as excited to see who's on the board.
Hey,
all right,
picks are going to be just as exciting as today's. I really do. So
that's good.
Appreciate your insight.
By the time round 2 came around, we're still trying to figure out who the hell we picked in round 1.
Exactly.
Right. Seriously. We can breathe. Well, Scotty, enjoy your They Didn't F It Up cigar, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. You know, we go out one way and only one way. Raiders! All right, bye everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for round 2.
Yes.